All right, I'm out in the shop early this morning. Well, it's not really that early, it's 5. I get up at 3, come out here, quarter after, open it up, turn the fans on. Blow some cool air in there. It's Arizona, it's gonna be about 110 today. It's dry, so it's not too bad, but this afternoon it's gonna be cooking. So today I got a lot to do. I gotta take this one, pull the carburetor, alternator off, pull the tins off, split it. I gotta pull the little enclosed trailer around and put the motor in that. Tomorrow I'm gonna be taking that to Gary's so we can start cracking it apart, looking at it for rebuilding it, and see what's all there. And I gotta get this one. I'll put the bar between the axles, and this one's got to come down. That one's got to get up there. And that's a lot to do today, and we'll get her done. All right, so I'm gonna be breaking down this motor this morning. I got the vehicles all moved around, and this over here, this motor, this is the cart, the blocking where I had it on. I'll take the alternator, the distributor, carburetors, the fuel lines off, coil. I guess you just take this all off in one piece right here. I think, I don't know, I haven't done it before. For the alternator bracket and the oil filter, that holds the oil filter. I'll pull off these hoses that go across the back. This aluminum one that connects to the back of the carburetors. I guess these tins around it, I'll take them off. Pull the starter. Let's see, I'll have to get the tin off the top. And this is the motor that's going to hopefully get rebuilt and go on Blue Boy 6195 ramp side. I was calling them ramp side. 95s, I guess. I don't. And I won't be using the differential. We're already rebuilding that one. And the Power Glide, this is for a car. Won't be using that. This differential I will be using if everything's good in it, or we'll rebuild that one too. I already got bearings coming for this one in case it needs it. I'll have to check the gearing in there to see what the gear ratio is. Hopefully they're like 355s, I guess. We'll get her split apart and get what I can get off of it and get it over by Gary's, and hopefully in the morning we can tear into it and hopefully have some good news. Hopefully there ain't no bad news, and we'll just start ordering, going through the book and start ordering parts for it. And I guess then we'll be getting the block cleaned up and to the machine shop. Or I'll have to have Gary check the alternator, say, yeah, this is a correct one to be using for it, because who knows, there's so much hokey, weird stuff going on in this one, in this custom one. So I'm gonna check that in the starter, and then I'll take those in and get them rebuilt. That way I get no problems later down the road. So I'm gonna get cracking on this now. All right, I'm gonna pull the distributor, the coil, and the wires. I took this off. It's a 9/16 nut here, and under here is a 9/16 nut to pull the whole coil off with the bracket. Right here, this clip goes on and it goes over there and holds the distributor in. I suppose that's how you loosen it and turn it for your timing. I will learn all that in the future. And it's just got this here piece that goes on there and your nut, 9/16. So I took that off. And because I'm not familiar with everything, firing order, even says it in here, right here too, 145236. I even marked it on here. I'm gonna change the plug wires anyways. Once I do this a couple of times, I will know this. Look at these wires. That's the ends of it's just hanging there like that, you know. And yeah, I did make a metal cutout, a sign for the shop. A few of them are burnt out. It's got the firing order. But so that's what I'm doing now. This here's just, I got it almost off. Just a nut, bolt, and I'm bagging and tagging everything and writing it on there. I mean, once I do it a few times, I'll know how to do it. Got that off. Wires are loose here. I'm gonna pull the distributor out. I asked Gary, do I need to mark anything or do anything? You just rip it apart. So here we got a gasket, it looks like, on there, and the coil. And everything, the plug wires. And oh, we got some, I guess, vacuum advance. I guess that's what that is. Like I said, I'm learning. And so we got all that. That'll be off. One thing done. So another thing we have is there is a wire that I guess that would be like a heat or pressure sensor. I don't know what these are. I will learn and let you know. And probably put in subtitles or whatever. But this plugs into the back into the wiring, and it goes underneath, and there is something in the cylinder back here, this last cylinder. Oh, it's into the cylinder, and I'll unplug that and get that out of there if I can. I'm gonna pull the rubber shroud out, but I'll pull that all out and put that to the side. All right. So these bolts here on, I guess they call this the bracket, holds the alternator. These are 1/2 inch. And I can't get to the ones back here because there's that sensor in there. I was going to take the sensor out. It's a 1 1/16 wrench, or I don't know if you get a socket on there just so you have a big enough wrench. I decided I'm just going to, I don't know. I'm just going to take the alternator off and get it out of the way. And that is a, sheesh, it is a, yeah, 9/16 on this one. And I can't say I'm doing it the proper order or way because I haven't done this before. I'll learn all that as I go. And those are not on that side. Just into it. I don't want it falling on the floor. I can't see. We'll get that out of there. I think it's out of whatever it needs to be. Yeah. Okay, there we go. It's a bolt. There's 2 of them in there for the alternator. And yeah, it's just, there's not a nut or nothing on the other side. It'd be just a bolt. No lock washer on that one. And see something on this side. Don't know if it's just a washer or a lock washer, but I'm assuming you're going to want some lock washers on them. This one's got a lock washer, the other one didn't. Jesus. So there, it's a Delco Remy USA. Don't know if it spins pretty freely. I don't know, but I'll check with Gary and see if that's correct and get that rebuilt or replaced. So we get the belt out of the way. There's something there. I don't know if I got it's just something that holds the belt on there a little bit from flopping off, I guess. I'm gonna just get her past that. There you go, get her past it. Crusty belt. We'll get that out of there. Well, it's been sitting like that for almost 2.5 years, so not the greatest. I mean, yeah, we'll toss it. Toss it out of here. Get a nice new one for it. Now these here are halves up here. And I asked Gary, I said, well, what the heck's the deal with this? Because I have a oil fill, because it's an FC motor down there. I'm like, why is there an oil fill here? He said, oh, it's because it's a car motor. Or I mean, no, it's not a car motor. It's a car, this bracket here. That's for a car. So we got oil fill there. So anyways, and this has a just a washer. I don't know, I'll have to double check with Gary to see what all this is supposed to have. It's got a freeze plug in here. I don't know, it's kind of nice when they put the dummy manual fuel pumps on there and you plumb it all through it. It's kind of cool. You know, I see a lot of people doing that. And looks original. Looks original, looks nice. And I see that some people that make plugs for these, instead of just sticking a freeze plug in there. You know, I kind of want it to be a little bit nicer. I guess all things you can change down the road, but since I have it out, maybe I'll see it get done what I can get for it. Yeah, I just don't want this going falling on the floor either. Get them all loose or not. This one's a little bit. There's that one there. Don't want to drop it on the floor. I don't know if kind of thinking about buying one of those Milwaukee air ratchets, like a 3/8, just at least for taking stuff apart. You know, let me know what you think. So there we go. That's what we got in there. Oop, we got. Oh, you dummy! I tipped it over, dumped the oil. Ah, I'm a dummy. Wasn't thinking. Tipped it over to peek underneath it and dumped the oil out of the filter there. That's how you learn. So I'll clean this up, go from there. It's okay. That's going to be for your fuel pump. All right, I'll have to ask Gary too. Should I just go ahead and order some new these sensors? Just put new ones in right away. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, easier to do it now, I would think, and monkey with it later. So I did pull this out, and it's just been cut really crappily. Still burr on there. Very, very crappy. And in there. So that's how it is. I mean, I don't know. If you have to cut it, I guess, and put it in there, once you round it up and make it nice and clean, but I don't know. I just prefer to do stuff nice. There's your gasket on there. I wiped the oil after I dumped it all over the place. All right, so now I'm gonna pop this linkage here off of the Power Glide. It's just one of these, I don't know, C-clips, whatever you call them on there. Jesus clip, I lost it, Jesus. One of them on there. And I'm gonna put that rip back on there so I don't lose it. If I lost it, I got a whole bunch of these assortment. Probably want to put a new one on there anyways, I would think, maybe. So I'll pull that off. And I loosened 2 screws here. Takes all this vacuum stuff off of here. Goes to the 2 carburetors. So take that off, and there's a hose that goes right here that goes down to your governor on your Power Glide. So we got that all off. All right, the 2 bolts up here were 3/8 that hold the vacuum lines, the bracket. I'm gonna take the starter off. I already cracked this one loose. They're 9/16 on these. And I hit that one, it was like really fairly loose. I got this one loosened up. Out. Bolt with the washer on it. And we'll just pop this off quick. And I'll run it past Gary, give me the okay. I'm sure it's a, you know, Corvair starter. It's right, probably the right one. Looks like it from, but what do I know? I'm gonna pull that one out. Now that, I don't know, it's a different looking bolt to me. Oh, I can't pull it out because I got the governor. I gotta take a governor off to get it off or not. Okay, nope, it didn't. Okay, I got it off. There it is. It's the nose cone. From what I've been reading on the groups, sometimes they get busted off. I don't know if you like leave them in gear or something when you go to start it, but sometimes people have been having problems. I've seen once in a while with them breaking off. So we got the starter off. Now these two bolts, yeah, they're both the same size. Well, look at this, I don't know. It's, yeah, both the end of the flanges are the same length on that starter. One's a lot shorter. This one looks like a factory bolt to me with the washer made on there. Looks like maybe some crap he just threw on there. So I'll try to get two bolts that match or two like the factory. I don't know if I can get one like that, but I keep finding stuff like that through this whole everything. So, you know, it's nice if you find something that's not monkeyed with and touched and it's all kind of original. But anyways, we got that off. I'll pull the carburetors and the linkage off next. And then I guess the tins. Well, now I'm still learning. So this rod here goes down to a doohickey under here. It's up against the motor. I believe it works like the thermostat does. When it warms up, it moves. So it would run like a choke, I guess. So when she warms up, she opens up. So like I said, I don't know. I'm learning. I do heard there's two different lengths of these too. This is a 64 motor. I picked up 64 110. I did pick up that 102 motor. It's missing the linkages, and I asked Gary, and he said, "Oh, there's two different lengths." He goes, "I can't remember offhand, but there's a metal clip on here. I see. You just pull it over, and you drop it and lose it. No, and that takes that off there. It's a metal clip. Very easy. That gets that off of there. And I guess maybe when I pull my tins off, I'll be able to get all of that out. I'll have to ask if I have to replace those thermostat type things. I'll get the proper verbiage when I learn it. I should be reading the book and looking so I could actually tell you guys the right stuff. We'll learn as we go. I'm gonna get both of these off, pull the carburetors out. That's what I'm doing next. And I've been tagging and bagging everything just to make it easier for me later. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull the linkage off. There are 3 screws on that side on the top of the carburetor. They're Phillips screws. 1, 2, 3. I got the other sides taken off because there is a nut right here to get the carburetor off, and it's kind of tight in there to get at it. It's a was a 1/2 inch, and yeah, it's a 1/2 inch. I tried to flop wrench on there, and you can't really get into it. You know, I don't want to monkey nothing up, so I think the proper way to do it would be take the linkage off, and it just has a Phillips screws. It's got a little like star washer on there on these ones, and 3 screws on each. And we already took the clips off of here and on that side, the ones you just pull over. This one's a little bit thicker clip on there, like there's one right down here to pop these off. And I'll just pull that off, sit it on the side. Then I can get in there and get it off. Now, I do notice because it's coming up, it's gonna get tight. So what I did on that one is I took this one off first. We're learning stuff. And you know, she's stuck. There she is. Okay, got that off. And I just lifted the carburetor up, and it came up with it. I just used a 1/4 inch with a extension and a little angled do-hobby to get in there. And it's working just fine. Let me know if there's a better way to do it, but I think that's a safe way to do it. And there's a nut and a washer on this too. There's the nut. Lift it up. There's the washer. And this one too has got the bar that goes down on this side for the choke. It warms up. And there's one of those little clips. And like I said, I'm bagging and tagging everything. And take that off. And there's the carburetor. We got the carburetor off. Dropping stuff, knocking it over here behind me. And there's a vacuum hose that goes somewhere too on, oh, it's just hooked. So there we go, we got the carburetor off of that one. And, oh yeah, another thing I want to say too is, I was kind of over there taking that carburetor off. I noticed that the ends of the spark plugs, these guys right here, a couple of them looked like they were just sticking up higher. And I'm like, yeah, they weren't even screwed down all the way. They were just kind of like halfway screwed down. And I go, that one's loose. That one's, I mean, get it off my finger. That one's way loose. A couple of them were way loose. I mean, aren't you supposed to snug them up a little bit on the end of your spark plug? You know, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Kind of cracks me up, you know. But anyways, I'll bag and tag all these parts. I'll put all the carburetor, nuts and washers together, the linkage clips together, and I even keep the linkage screws for it together in a bag. I've been writing it down and putting it in a little Ziploc. It's just gonna make it easier for me later, you know. I don't want to spend time going back and looking at everything. Like I said, first time, I'll do it a couple times and I'll know what's what. So, got that done. So here's my whole linkage. I left these on there together with it. Originally took it off here and left the one on the carbs, but since we're rebuilding them, I want to keep the linkage all together. And then I'll set that on the side. It's all together there. All right, so I pulled this stack off of that side. There's a small one, this big one and a small one. It's all crusty and junky. And this side here, pulling this one off. And it's getting stuck. Dang it. And this one came off. A gasket under here that's gonna give me grief. Okay, there it goes. This one's on the bottom, this top, another one on here. Oh, whatever this here is, it's like plastic. It's split and cracked. That was that way. So, more junk, I guess. But I'll throw them in a bag, and for now, I get new ones, I guess. All right, I'm removing the passenger side tins, 9/16 and 3/8 bolts. You got two bigger ones here to hold your air cleaner, and it's this is the passenger side, and the driver's side they're littler bolts, or yeah, the smaller ones. But up front here you have the bigger bolts. And that's because there's a ground clamp on that side on the one. And I don't know, there's just another big one there. It's just like opposite, two big ones here, two big ones over there. So we're gonna pull that off. I'm gonna have to go in the house and steal some more bags out of the kitchen. So I'm gonna even mark them tins for the left, tins for the right. And I'll take and clean all these screws up, and if they're rusty, I don't know, I'll clean them up too. This one here was actually loose. This one here is actually missing. I ordered from Clark's some screw sets for tins. And then I see, now I don't know how the staple stuff works, if that's how it's supposed to be in these hole, and then you drill the hole and you put pop rivets in there for this here seal, rubber seal stuff. Gary said he pop rivets it too, so I'm gonna order. I have some here. I don't know if this is the stuff you actually get, the same stuff or not. Here's some staples actually on this piece here. Some of it's stapled just there. Maybe it just to extend it or something. He just did that, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, these are all stapled. So, okay, here we go. There's the first piece off, the first tin off. And I'll get these all cleaned up and sandblast them and paint them. I don't know, I'm gonna paint everything gray, a light gray on this motor. Just gonna do something different. And light gray, I got new clips too. I ordered a bunch of new ones just to have, because some stuff's missing on between these two. So I'm gonna do all the light gray, black, a satin black around, it's called Canyon Black I'm probably gonna use. It's like a satin around everything else in the engine bay. And then I will do the fan in here black, that satin black. And that's just what I'm gonna do. Just gonna do something different. You know, driver's side, kind of the same as passenger, kind of the same, a little different. Where did I leave my, I don't know. I tell you, here we go. I could lose it if it was in my pocket. A little different. These two big bolts here. This one had not a grounding clamp. One of it, yeah, I think was a, I can't remember now. One of it is a ground for the battery on here. So we got them two off. And driver's side had smaller screws holding your, so now I gotta remember that, which way. Goes like that. And then this little clip that's made on here with a little notch, that's where the return spring was for the carburetor. Learning. Got that. There's a little tiny one here I have to take off. And then I can pull, I think I can pull this, or no, it looks like to pull this too, there's a nut right there, there's another nut there. Whether if I have to take that one off, but one is holding the cooler on here, so we'll get those off. Okay, yes, it was this one right here. It's a 5/16, little teeny tiny one, and that takes off the driver's side. But we got her off. Driver's side's off. Now across the back here for this, I'm going to call this the front tin. It's towards the front of the vehicle. Goes over top the bell housing. It has those tiny screws too, 5/16 in there too. And I think there's a couple missing on here. But that's off, but I guess you could get it out like that. And then you have your line that comes for your governor through it. And that's that piece. That's off. Real easy. Got that one done. Okay, to get the turkey roaster off, it's there's a couple more little ones. There's a 5/16 here. Has to come off. And there's another one over here. Has to come off. And I don't know if we gotta take this off. Let's see. Okay, that's hanging there. Probably another something in there. And what do we got here? What is this? Yeah, okay, 3/8. There's a 3/8 one here. The side tin actually is made to slide out that you could still have that one in there, but you still had to loosen it up. We got that one. Maybe. Okay, we got that one out. So I wasn't sure if I gotta take these out. Probably. Might be under it, might not be. We'll take them out anyways. Just a little cover here that goes over top of the fin cooler here for transmission. Wait, yeah, or no, fin cooler. It's not transmission. What am I thinking? It's just your fin cooler. I don't know why I'm thinking transmission. This one doesn't even have a transmission cooler in it. It's your oil cooler. Dummy. Learn your stuff. Learn your stuff. Okay. There's that cover there. Got that one. And take a look around. Oh, another one right here. That's why I thought a 3/8 cordless ratchet would be nice to pull stuff apart. Not to put it together, I don't want to strip anything, but okay, get that one out. It's called the turkey roaster, I guess. I don't know, it's just a cover. You gotta watch these. What else? Okay, this is just kind of over top of it. We gotta remember that. This side here was over top of it, so we get it back together the right way. Was it over top or was it go underneath? I'm sure it was over top. Like that, because then it goes through. Yeah, it's over top because there's the nut and underneath there. Over top. And just gotta watch these choke guys there, little choke guys. And all right, can only go on one way. You got this vent tube over here to the back, spark plug wires that way. Firing order on it. Really cool that they punched that in when we made these. There we go. Turkey roaster's off. Turkey got it off. Lots of parts to clean. Okay. Sure, there's a way to check the bearing to make sure it's good, but maybe we just go ahead and put a new one in. Anyways, so got that done. Next, I guess I can take this motor mount off on there, and I'll take the oil cooler off. I'm not pulling the valve covers off. That's up between Gary, what we want to do. And I'll pull these two pieces here for the heat on there. I'll pull those tins off of there. And then I think it's probably time to turn it over and get to the flex plate. I learned that. I know that one, that's a flex plate in there. And loosen the flex plate and take the bolts out for the bell housing here. See, that's for starter, so that one's out. So I'll pull out the bell housing and pull that off. And I'm just gonna leave the differential and the transmission together for now. I'm very curious to get in there and see what the gear ratio is in this one. Very, very curious, and see the condition of it. So we're getting her done. We're getting her done, guys. This is cool. Yeah, see? This one here was loose. That one was loose. The little spark plug ends that your spark plug caps plug onto. And where it was all leaking, maybe Gary can tell from looking at it. You know, maybe it was the oil cooler, maybe it was under here. I don't know. It was leaking all over the place on this motor, but the push rod tubes don't look like they were leaking. But he'll know by looking at it. He knows everything, what he's doing. All right, I just got back from the house. I took a little break, and I wanted to get some more plastic bags of bag stuff. And of course, I had went in the house, checked on the dogs, and grabbed something to drink a little bit, and came back out and forgot the bags. So I had to go back in and raid the cabinets, Jill's kitchen cabinets. And yeah, this is a 5/16 And that one was missing, like everything around here. I should call this one the missing link. I don't know. I don't know. So we got those off. There's another one on that side, our pull off. And I guess I'm gonna take the bolts out of the flex plate here next and crack this apart. It's not too bad in the shop right now. It's like 85, 86. It's 107 outside. So not too bad. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm gonna loosen up, take the bolts out of the flex plate. If I remember right from Gary, this is a 9/16. I'm using 9/16 in there. I pulled one out already. I'm using a 3/4 to turn this over, turn the motor over. I'm gonna turn it over the wrong way. Could be, doesn't matter. I guess, could matter. Maybe pull the plugs out to turn it over a little easier. So over there to the next one, and I'll go loosen that up and take it out. And if I remember correctly, it said loosen these up, go in here, and that one's not even really that super tight. Doesn't seem like it's tight enough to me. He said take the torque converter and come in here and then just kind of work her off a little bit, work her forward a little bit. And I'm just going from what Gary had showed me. He came over and we split it really quick. The 80 horse that originally was in Blue Boy. So taking this off and see if I can work that forward a little bit. I guess I could use a ratchet in here too. I'll probably leave this fan on here. We can take that off over at Gary's. There's two, could be 3 of them in there. From what I remember, there we go. There's number 3, flex plate. Just turn it back a little bit. There. All right. There we go. And I suppose all this has specific torques to it. I did buy a set of bars, or so I can torque things down to specs. I learned that off from Gary. These here are also the same size. So yeah, 9/16. He said probably take the bottom ones out when they're on the lift because it could be a pain, but I can get to them pretty easy here on here. Boy, that one wasn't even that tight neither on here. And this one's got a lock washer on there. Should I spin it? I think there was just 3. I could spin it and double check that there's a 3rd one on, not a 4th. I think it's just 3. If I can remember right. So here we go. We're getting one out down here. There's one down on the other side, I know. Just want to get this one out to see. Yeah, this one's got a lock washer on it. She's very, very oily. Very oily. So I'll get them all off. And go from there, because if I take I was going to start taking the rear motor mount out back here, and if I do, it's not going to be sitting on anything. So I left one bolt in. I'll probably pick it up a little bit, slide a block underneath the oil pan a little bit, so I can take that motor mount out the back. I was going to put a strap under here and lift it up, move this blocking back, so I get that the motor mount. I think I'd be fine with it. I think that's just holding there. This will be fine, but I do remember there's these on here. The driver's side is to the rear. Looks like they just, oh, it's even on there. It's just, oh, okay. It would be on it through the, oh yeah, there's like the end of the spring here that's coiled up. There's a round loop on it. And I don't know how you're supposed to pull these things. Let's pull these out, you know, without bending them. So I'm gonna try to leave them on there, not ruin them. Gary's probably like, oh, you just bend it and drop it out. But so this one, driver's side is to the rear, and the passenger side is to the front. So I just don't want to wreck these. So I mean, he'll say they're good or bad, replace them. So we'll figure that out. So I got this little half-ton hoist here, chain hoist, half-ton, 1,000 pounds. And I'm just gonna use it to lift this up and slide these blocks back a little bit. And it's actually been really handy as heck here to have in the shop. I almost didn't hang here, I almost got rid of it for some stupid reason. My dad gave me that back when I was probably maybe 14 years old. My dad actually built me a little one-car garage in the back that I could work on my own stuff. And maybe I was a little older. But I did work at P&H Harness Figure for, about eight and a half years. Started out in the Phoenix division and Milwaukee, and then moved to Oak Creek. And I did work at Xenar Corp too, in between there for about a year and a half. Yeah, he brought it home, he gave me it, and he said, oh, they're just throwing them out at the shop. And he said they had a whole bunch of them. I'm like, well, why don't you bring them all home? He said, well, how many do you need? So, yeah, it's handy as heck. So I'm just gonna lift this up. That's all right there. Yeah, I used to lift, oh geez. We used to operate cranes like 200 tons, you know, and load some big stuff. It was a very, very cool place to work. I thought I'd be there the rest of my life once I got in, but I don't know, things change. So it's all changed names a couple times, went bankrupt or whatever. Now it's I think it's Komatsu crane now. It was Kona. I don't know. But I really did enjoy working there. I felt really, really bad when I got laid off. But, you know, life goes on. Learned a lot there. It was very, very fun place to work. Very fun place to work. Anyways, I think we'll be good there to pull this off now. So, there we go. All right, so I got that lifted up, moved back. It's not on any of this. Got the last 9/16 out of there. Just checking for washers. I don't see any. And try to get her off. Maybe use one of these pry bars. There we go. And here's your engine mount bracket. Get that out of here. And I'm sure this one's got some fancy name for it too. It's just goes underneath. I don't say it's not dented up or none. It looked like it was at first, but that there is off. And I did take this block out of here, so it was touching on the motor on the two spots now evenly, and it's sitting on it's sitting on the bell housing. I should probably lift it again and move a block back so it's not on the bell housing. Well, no, I see. That's where I'm splitting it, so we're good. I got the block there, and the block back is just on the bell housing. And I think I might have to move it forward a little bit, so it's actually kind of catching right now on the differential. Just noticed another little thing cracked off of this differential here. I don't know what it's supposed to be for. A little piece of metal on here that's had a hole in it, but it doesn't look like a bolt's nothing. So I got this last piece of tin hanging here. It's got the wire that goes through, I don't know, I guess maybe that's a oil pressure and maybe in your head pressure or heat, maybe, I don't know. I don't know, it's got, I was just wondering how that's gonna work. There's two wires going in the one, so I guess it'd be either or would alert there's a problem. Learning. Okay, so there we go. I got that off. We'll keep that together for now. So haven't split it yet, but I've noticed like the fins on here kind of banged up, pushed together like crap. I'm sure you can spread them out a little bit to get it to cool nice. And then I heard, I don't know, I think it's called deflashing or something like that, where you clean the fins, and you're like casting imperfections or something that's in there. But yeah, I'll straighten all that up, get it to cool a little better. Just be careful so I don't break them. I'll ask Gary about that. But yeah, make it all pretty and clean like she should be. All right, now I'm just gonna take a video and a picture. For some reason, passenger side, this bolt was really long in there. And I've probably taken something off of there earlier. I don't remember what it is. Having a brain fart, but I'll take a picture and I can remember what the heck went on there. Now, I don't know if it normally leaks from these areas here, oil, but this one seems a little oily. That's number 5, that's 6. I remember. Seems a little oily there. I'm gonna ask Gary. These guys can let me know too. It's hard to tell because there's oil all over. I mean, like this one seems kind of drier compared to that one back there. You know, and this one seems like it could be. I don't know. The very back one, I think that's 6, seems dry, kinda. Everything's crusty, not rusty, but everything's crusty and oily and dirty and nasty. But I'll find out where the places leak on here typically, besides the seals, O-rings, gaskets. Now I got I think just one bolt left in here, and I don't want to forget. Like Gary said, to get in here and work it back a little bit, the torque converter, and I don't know if you pried, but it's already going back a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. She went back, she slid back about a 1/4 inch. I'm not really prying, I'm just helping it. It slid back a 1/4 inch, about. So I remember Gary said, go ahead and make sure you get that slid back before you pull this out. Just what I was told. Just what I was told. We'll get the last one out here. These tins go all the way out and around, or can I take this one off? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it on there for right now. This here, I don't know if it's connected to the other side or not. I've never did any of this, what I'm doing right now, before, other than the flex plate, bolts, the 3 flex plate bolts, and splitting this and splitting this. Gary showed me. The rest of it's all new to me, but it seems pretty simple. Take some pictures. I'll have Jill print them out just for some references in case I have a brain fart and can't remember something. If we do get this one, if this is going to be good to rebuild, We'll know tomorrow. Gary should know. He'll check all the tolerances and everything, I guess, on it, and Mike can calibrate everything up, and I'll be rebuilding it with him and learning. It's so nice to actually be able to work with somebody that's learning, willing to teach you, you know. I'd be pretty lost. I would be really lost without Gary. I'd be just, I don't know. There's only so much information out there, I think. So I said, I don't know what's broke there. I'll have to look on another one to see. Doesn't seem like it matters. But I don't know, what do I know? I don't know nothing. All right, now. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay, she's splitting. She's splitting. She's splitting. Real nice. I don't want to dump this. I should have had it forward more on the cart. I should have had the whole motor forward. Didn't think about it. I need a little extra room back here for pulling this. All right, I was going to strap it underneath at the hoist just to give it a little lift, but it's already sitting on the block here. Nice. And it's sitting on the pan back here. Nice. And I think I can just slide the motor forward. What I'm gonna do, there's some casting holes in the bottom of here. And when I get time, I'm gonna build something to sit on a cart. It's got pins to hold the motor off the oil pan. Maybe a bracket with a cradle over here to catch the differential. I'll tack up and build something real nice to make it easier to do that. I think I could just pull this back. I'll knock all my tools off or anything. Oh, she's split. It's all split. Look at that's not too bad. First time doing it by myself, and you know, it's good. It's all good. So I do want to crack that open. I want to count the gears in there. That's bugging me. And then I'm going to leave the bell housing on here, and because I can tip it up on that. I'll put a board down. I have a bigger dolly. I extended the plate on the bottom, and I'll put a board down on that dolly, and I'll tip that up on there and get it into my enclosed trailer. I got a ramp door on that enclosed trailer. I'll get that sitting in there, maybe screw a couple blocks onto the floor. I'll sit it actually on I'll fold up some moving blanket nice and thick, sit that on there, and maybe I'll screw 2 boards with a strap on her ratchet and just put a ratchet so she doesn't move. And then that's gonna go to Gary's like that. We won't break the rest of it down there, whatever's left, and that'll be tomorrow morning. Okay guys, so I did have to crack this open and looked at it. I'm disappointed. You can see right there, it's got the pitting on there on the gears. That's what Gary didn't like about the last ones. They looked like that too. Very disappointing. I'll have to find another set. But I got some stuff around here to look at, and I sure wish they were nice and the right gears. But anyways, he said you can get crappy gas mileage with that. So a little disappointing, but oh well, the hunt goes on. Fun keeps continuing. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to lift this off the cart with the hoist here, and I am going to get it loaded in the trailer for tomorrow, so I don't have to do this stuff early in the morning, and get this hauled over to Gary's, and I'll video all this, tearing it apart, and worked with him and clean up my mess in here. And he says, bring everything that had related, anything he took off this motor. So, and then So I'll do that. I'll box it all up. Everything's going to go. And that's what I'm going to do. Busy, busy day. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Corvair Addiction.